I want to take you to a place you wouldn't go on your own. This is a day in the life of my America. My name is Charlene Waters. I live on the Northern Cheyenne Reservation. Life is different here. I know that because on the reservation, the average Northern Cheyenne is dead before they're 45. I'm 40. My family is the average Indian family. My stepfather is a chief. My mother is a warrior. We each walk a tightrope between two worlds. Some of us dance above it, some of us fall. It's difficult to figure out which world is ours. We're one of the great warrior tribes that beat Custer. But we're Americans now. We live under this flag, or we die trying. There are 6,000 Northern Cheyennes left. My ancestors claimed this land over 100 years ago after they broke out of a U.S. fort in Oklahoma. Reservations started as prison colonies. Today there are no guards, just four walls. Pride, tradition, family, and poverty. 3 out of 5 people are out of work here. So for people like Merlin, a Vietnam vet, each month starts with a government assistance check.
People have to hawk things, sell things, mortgage their lives, just so they can get by for the month. Wait for this great day of salvation, redemption, and it's only for the moment.
But if we're not careful with the money we have, Mary and the Jimtown pawn shop are just over the reservation line, waiting to collect.
We got some typewriters over there, some heaters, cook stove.
Alcohol isn't allowed on the reservation, so Jimtown's also a bar.
Nearly 100% of our clientele is Native American.
Bars can get rowdy, so the people at Jimtown keep a .38, a .357, and a shotgun behind every door, and a piece of our culture on every shelf. I know you saw this already, but look again. This is Memorial Day. It's a good reminder of how mixed up our worlds can be. We Cheyenne fought and died for America in every war this century. So every Memorial Day, we sing one of the tribe's most sacred songs, the flag song, just like we did before we beat Custer. It's a tough day for my mother. Her grandfather was a warrior in the Custer battle. When Mom was 12, the tribe made her a warrior too, so she had to be a role model. That's why the tribe married her to Joe, my father, when she was only 15.
His name's Joe Waters. Waters.
After we dropped the bomb on Japan, the Army sent Joe's unit to Hiroshima to clean up. A few years later, he died of a brain tumor. Now he's buried on the same hill where Custer fell.
I stood right here when they buried him. And I said, I'm going to raise these kids, these children. I'm not going to cry. I'm going to show these people that I'm strong. So I didn't cry, you know. But I came back about a month later. I sat over here and I cried. I was talking to him. Why did you die? Why did you leave me all these children, you know?
Joe is buried with the Americans. Grandfather fought against America on the other side of the hill. It's a hill my mom has spent her whole life climbing.
On this ridge, a granite pillar stands over the mass grave of soldiers killed in the Battle of the Little Bighorn, June 25th and 26th, 1876.
Although I hear other stories about the Custer battle fight, I always think about my grandfather when he tells these stories, because he was there, you know.
Grandfather said Custer smoked a peace pipe, then betrayed us.
And this one medicine man said, if you double-cross the Cheyennes in the future, that's how you're going to end up. That's you in the ashes. There'll be nothing left of you. Why? Why can't we be tough Cheyennes like we were in those days? You know, it would be great. So I told my children about these stories about who did what at that time, what chief did this, you know, so that they will know and be proud of themselves.
Pride is a dangerous tool. Too much and you end up like Custer, but not enough and you end up like some of us. I used to dress up my little sister Felix for powwows when we were kids. That's her on the left next to me. She used to follow me around, but she's grown now. Felix went looking for her world and alcohol and has never come back.
This is our camp out.
She makes her own choices now. Sometimes she and her boyfriend Bud, in the blue shirt, drink beer. Or sometimes they go to the Jimtown bar. But when they can't afford to go to Jimtown, they hide in the woods and drink a can of Lysol.
This is how we mix this stuff.
Just you need a nail and a rock or a heavy instrument. I got good at this. My dad used to mix this all the time. They call it Cheyenne champagne. they call us the Lysol gang, but these best people are gonna live forever.
Gee, that's gonna be too stout, but
I hope this ain't a National Geographic special. Sick as Jim. Right.
sometimes we drink cologne.
They drink whatever alcohol they can afford.
Any kind.
Lysol is just the best high for their money.
Alchemy. This is
Cigar, come here.
40 proof, and this is 70 proof. Sometimes it's on sale,
80.
or 99 cents.
Our ancient leader, Sweet Medicine, found power and nourishment in a circle. But circles can be vicious too.
I'm a wino, and there ain't nothing in we got nothing to live for. Yeah, there's like
No jobs,
no jobs,
no home.
no
Yeah.
jobs, no home, no nothing. Just call me lonesome, heartbroken, then
Yeah,
some.
man, I have a family.
She's got a good family.
I have a
Big
family that loves me.
My sister has given up. We've tried everything to stop her drinking. There's no reaching Felix or her veteran friends. And what makes their pain cut deeper
A fighting Cheyenne never dies.
is what's left of their pride.
Fighting
Yes, sir.
Cheyenne.
Hey,
Here and
to me,
And
being a Cheyenne is the damnedest, bestest thing you can ever experience. The damnedest thing.
Oh, no, he knows everything.
Because we're
best
people.
The best words on the prairie.
We kick Custer's ass. All of us guys sitting here, our grandpas, they kick Custer's ass. I don't mean to say, excuse me. We kick Custer's ass. Starting to get carried away.
Let me tell you about my brother Phil. That's him on the right. Phil's a champion grass dancer, and a good grass dancer moves like a blade of grass in the wind. Now that Phil has found his roots, he moves more freely than ever.
People used to call me full-blood, prairie nigger, illiterate, uneducated. To have hatred for what they done to my ancestors will blind me.
Little Phil's vision is clear. He's going to live in both worlds on his own terms. So he doesn't drink anymore like our little sister Felix. He sweats instead.
I'm glad to see all of you here tonight.
We Cheyennes come together in the sweat lodge, as we have for generations, to pray and to deal with our problems. And Phil leads us, because he's going to be a chief someday, like his father. So he studies at the Sacred Medicine Rocks with his mentor, Lee Lone Bear, where Sitting Bull shared his visions with the warriors before the Custer battle.
As you can see here, there's a turtle, and then there's a road. So my understanding is that they were told to follow their destinies like a turtle would. You know, take your time, be patient.
My brother's cowboy hat might seem out of place at the Sacred Rock, but that's just little Phil. He's all Indian, part cowboy. He wears lots of hats, and even when he rides, he manages to keep them all on. Little Phil is the world Indian champion bronc rider, and with our help, he runs a rodeo school too, where some whites have their first contact with Indians,
Don't start pumping your rein. Only amateurs do that.
and where Phil teaches the Indian kids how to be a cowboy like him.
Through my spiritual ways and my connection of being Indian, I can adapt to anything.
To be a Cheyenne, I'm really proud. Cheyennes used to be good people. They're sacred people. Sacred.
The old Cheyenne ways have helped some of us face our two Americas. I've gone from being on food stamps to being a treasurer of the tribe because I want to be a survivor like my mother. And I want to teach my children the Cheyenne ways. But in order for me to do so, I have to be honest about who we are right now.
All the veterans, parade rest.
That's why I've told you this story tonight, and that's why we end here, with my sister and the Lysol gang singing our sacred flag song. Because in my America, there's work to be done, and the Lysol gang had it right. A fighting Cheyenne never dies.
Parade rest and hoot, salute.